We have studied the first rule for writing a chemical formula of any compound. It simply stated that in a compound formed by a combination of a metal and non-metal, we always write the metal component first, followed by the non-metal component. This is how we get NaCl or FeS. Now let's understand the second rule. Just like our first rule was meant for compounds formed with a combination of metals and non-metals, our second rule is for compounds having polyatomic ions. What are polyatomic ions, by the way? Yes, we have seen previously that polyatomic ions are the molecules having charged atoms in them. Being charged, we call them ions, and since they have multiple atoms, we refer to it as polyatomic unit. The second rule says that when we have polyatomic ions in the compound, they are represented using brackets. For example, OH is a polyatomic ion with a negative charge. When it combines with iron, the resulting compound is called as iron hydroxide. How will the compound be formed now? Let us first look at the valencies. We know that the hydroxyl ion is a state of accepting one electron for forming a bond with other atom. Its valency is 1. Now getting to the valency of iron, we know that it's 2. That means iron can give 2 electrons from its outermost shell. But the hydroxyl ion can accept only 1 electron. Does this indicate that we will need 2 units of OH to bind with 1 iron atom? Absolutely. That is why the compound ferrous hydroxide requires 1 iron and 2 hydroxyl units for its formation. So according to the rule, we will write the formula as FeOH2. And why did we write OH in brackets? Simple. That's because it's a polyatomic ion and 2 OH ions are required to form the compound. Now what if only 1 polyatomic ion is needed? In such a case, we do not write the ion in a bracket. For example, when the same OH unit combines with sodium, it forms NaOH in which OH is not written in any bracket. This was the rule for compounds with polyatomic ions. Now let's talk about the general compounds. We will have a look at the last rule for writing the chemical formulae, which is based on the concept of valency. See you in the next video.